What's going on, guys? Welcome to my American Horror Story Season 10, Episode 6, the finale for the first part of the season, Red Tide um, review. That was a really long drawn-out title there. Um, so, next week we'll have the start of the Alien season, which we've got a little bit of a previews for. I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and say overall, I think this season started strong and then it kind of fizzled out somewhat, especially with this last episode, It just kind of left some things up in the air and I don't know. And I am sorry about the computer. I always say this in my videos. I think it just gets louder and louder. Um, but my computer just makes that noise continuously for some reason. So anyway, I got some notes. It's a short list of notes, I think, compared to my other ones, just because this episode was short. It was like 36 minutes, and most of the time finales run a little bit long. So that just kind of tells you I don't know. I'm not going to say they ran out of ideas. It was just tying up a little bit of loose ends here and there. But yeah, overall, not the biggest fan. I, I would say that this season wasn't bad like maybe the last season, season 9, in my opinion. But it's definitely not on par with the first few seasons either. You know what I mean? So it's just okay. It's just okay, just right in the middle. Which is fine. At least it's an improvement from last season, I think. But then again, that's a little bit easier to do, of course, when you have a shorter season, because you can fit more impactful stuff. But anyway, so off the start, last week I said that the black cop, her body was just kind of forgotten about, which I still think it was just forgotten about anyway. But we see the body washed up or floating in the ocean. And then they have a council meeting. So Calamity Jane is what I call her, the main councilwoman. I like that actress from a show I watched, Deadwood. I said that she was in the premiere, and I said that before. So she returns just for a brief second, and they're talking about pretty much what you're wondering, I guess, is nobody cares that all these people are dying, and basically they don't. Everybody knows in the town that people are dying. All the police and the government or whatever, but they don't want to do anything about it because this is a vacation destination and they want to make their money in the summertime. And if it comes out people are dying there, then nobody's going to come in the summertime. But there was one cop who comes and she's like, oh no, whatever, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. And I rewatched the episode because I was like, no way we don't get to her looking into any of it. But yeah, we don't see her again. So at the start, it seems like she's gonna bust some heads, and that was just it for her. It was very strange. It's like they either forgot that they had done that, or they just didn't really know where they wanted that to go. So they were like, oh well, it's over. We gotta work on the Alien season now. So yeah, you know. Um. So this is one of the funnier seasons. Some of the dialogue in it is really good. I don't know. It was very strange. A one-off from one of the council members, but he was like, he doesn't want to do it because the gays might stop coming. Or it was Calamity Jane who said that. She was like, oh, the gays might stop coming, in the summertime. I was like, why specifically would it worry you if the gays stop coming? Just people in general are going to create money for you, whatever. Of course, they have some nice references to like real life stuff. He goes, he stopped Burger King, so I can stop you too, or something like that. And then let's see, so the dad finally comes to his senses, like I've said so many times, which creates plot holes again. But the dad comes to the senses of, oh, I'm going to stop taking the pills, you know. Um, and, my daughter, you're going to stop taking the pills too. Of course, too late. The mom's died and all this shit has happened at this point. But yeah, we're going to quit cold turkey. And it creates problems because it's like Sarah Paulson's character acted like once she took it, she was just hooked. She was addicted. She was going to be a monster, whatever. And there was no getting off of them. But I said that. I said the dad's acted like he could just stop taking them anytime. And it's like, well, you're choosing to stop taking them after your wife and all this shit is already happened, bro. It's just too late. Very frustrating, but whatever. But of course, the daughter is Billy Badass. However, they make kids, like I said, in American Horror Story, where they're so just evil. So the daughter, of course, is not going along with it. You can tell on her face because, kids are just naturally fucking evil in American Horror Story for some reason. I don't know. The pills just affect kids differently. We'll just chalk it up to that. The daughter calls Ursula a chicken shit little bitch. That was funny. Let's see. they had a lot of references to Lawrence Fishburne, which was funny. Like I said, just real life stuff, you know, in there. I'm basically probably definitely one of the weakest episode I think out of all of them. But the lady with the eye, I always feel so offensive calling her that, but I just can't remember the character's name or the actress's name. I don't know. But you know, the older lady who's been in since season one, she actually really had a good acting moment. I mean, she always does. But whenever she was yelling right before she was about to stab the dad or whatever, she lets out a yell. I was like, wow, that was powerful. I believe that. Um, right before she dies. And the dad's death was so fucking dumb because he pretty much embraces the little girl and pushes her to his neck when anybody else would be freaking out. I don't care if it's your daughter or what. I mean, you're probably not going to kill her, but you're going to be like, oh, you know, toss her away. But he just kind of embraces it, and I was just like, okay, they should have refilmed that, or I don't know, you know, but whatever. But yeah, that was really dumb. And then the race stuff with the police. This is getting to be overkill in a lot of media these days, but it's in, right. It's in. It's the trend. But the police, you know, we're going after some racist, corrupt cops, and we're planting the pills in them. It's just like seems a little bit pointless to do. I mean, not pointless. Of course, you want to. If there is some corruption like that, then you want to go after it. But I'm just saying, it's like it was just put in there just to be you know, with the times or whatever is how it felt. Um, we had a lady to we had a bearded lady reference, you know, not directly, but it just made you think, you know, American Horror Story season 4. He said freak show, bearded lady. It was like, oh, a little reference there, maybe, you know, or maybe they didn't even think about it. It's just the dialogue. I don't know. And then Ursula had a funny line. She was like on the phone or something. She was just like, you know, you can suck my dick then or something. You know, she had some funny ones throughout. I thought it was super dumb how I'm confused about how whenever she went in the cemetery to gather all the pale people, like, and she gave them a pill that made them want to go and fight or kill all the people who had already taken the pill. I got hair or something, man. Um, but it's just like, that's not what she promised the pill would do. The pill, was it just like a placebo effect, I guess? But if I would think that they were already angry enough at all those talented people, so why hadn't they just killed them a long time ago? Why did Ursula need to round them up to go do that? You know what I mean? Um, and as if they would even be conscious enough, like, to do that. You know, I don't believe that they would be. Okay. And then the little girl eats the peanuts that the guy that she killed left on the table at the violin audition. But don't they not? They have like food aversions, regular food aversions. So it was just like, why would they put that in there of her eating the peanuts whenever she eats, just drinks blood and flesh in that? Uh, there's some other funny line. I don't remember who said it off the top of my head at this point. But he's like, shut up, you hack." Oh no, I remember my girlfriend. She reacted to that line. She thought it was funny too. And brought my attention to it. But yeah, like I said, lots of funny dialogue. I believe Ursula said that. And then nobody would take these fucking pills at Ursula's, uh, whatever the conference that she had. Just a pill, a black pill. No fucking label, nothing. And it makes me think, of course, to like how we're doing with our COVID vaccines and all that. You know, I mean, I got vaccinated, but even before I did, I wanted to see like, you know, some type of paper of, okay, this is going to do this, is not going to do that, some type of facts or something. You know, it's going to be fine. And they just all take a fucking just a random pill under the seat with nothing on it because this lady says so. I guess they're just really desperate to be writers, and then this season has the effect that maybe a few seasons have had, but I know one episode in American Horror Stories had where it ends where it's just like the end of the world. Like, and if all these seasons are connected, then how do we go to, or well, maybe it was just an isolated incident in LA. I guess I did kind of like Ursula's speech at the end about, you know, talent and how everybody wants it, but not everybody can get it because not everybody's willing to work for it, or even if they do, sometimes it just doesn't work out, you know. I did like the dialogue, but I just thought it was silly how LA was just burning, and we saw that in American Horror Stories episode before, and it was just like, It's just silly, you know. It's just kind of over the top, I think. And then yeah, I had another note on here. Like, we really never went back to the cop from the beginning. I rewinded, I mean, and or went back through it, scrubbed back through it, and it wasn't there. So yeah, overall, this episode really kind of left a nasty taste, I guess, in my mouth for the overall season, which is a shame because it did have a lot of promise at the start. I think maybe if it hadn't have needed to rush, then it might have been better and confine everything to 6. You know, I don't know, but at the same time, that's partly what made it good. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I think they could have done it better with 6 episodes, just with giving a little bit more care to different things in the story, which it felt like they did at the beginning. But again, towards the end, it kind of started to unravel. So let's hope that the Alien season is better. We can get, hopefully, again, another American Horror Story season that's like, Coven or Asylum for sure, or something like that, right? So, yeah, that'll be it for this one, and we'll definitely do reviews for the Alien season next week. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.